I chose to rent instead of buy. And in this video, I'm going to give you multiple points of why I decided to rent instead of purchase a house and build equity. Number one is just with me just being young. I'm 20 years old. Uh, it just doesn't seem right to just settle at a place and just call it home. And I know you're thinking to yourself like, oh, you don't have to settle at a house, or you could sell your home and just move on to it. But at least for me personally, I want to move often, like maybe every 2 years or so to a different city. I'm 20. I still want to explore. I don't want to live in the same city forever. And I know my perspective will change in the future whenever I'm 30 or even late 20s, just ready to settle. And maybe I get tired of just moving, you know? Number two is just, as I stated earlier, I'm young and I want to explore. I know there's more to the world than just my state or just my city. I know there's other opportunities in life. I don't want to just stick in one place expecting things to change. And they call that insanity. I don't know if that's the right quote, but basically, you can't you can't grow if you're in the same place expecting more growth, I guess. You could definitely this contradicts myself, but you could definitely grow in the same place. But what I'm trying to say is better opportunities open up if you're willing to move. And not even this doesn't equate just to jobs. It equates to like everything in life. All your hobbies, all your friends, everything like that. You could get more friends in another city, it's fine. I know I know that a lot of people like staying in the same place, but I just want to explore the world, and maybe it's better to just take multiple vacations a year, but at least for me, I'd rather just rent to just explore and try to get different job, try to maintain different lifestyle, trying out different lifestyles. I live, at least for me, I live in the country, so I want to rent and just try to live in the city, or just maybe go to a nice suburb, just live there. Uh, Number three is just said this earlier. Number one, I or I didn't say this earlier. I apologize, but number three is just not needing a house yet. Uh, for my channel, I consider it more financial advice, just motivational talks. But at least for me, I don't really need a house. It's literally just me and my girlfriend. I don't know. A lot of people buy houses, or a lot of people tell people to buy houses whenever they're young, and they're stuck with this payment, this mortgage payment that builds them equity, but at the same time is drowning them. And what I mean by that is just they're drowning themselves in payments, just trying to keep it up. And you may be thinking to yourself like, oh, well, you're paying rent, you're not building any equity, and that's a solid point. But I don't think that, at least from my perspective, I believe renting is better than buying right now, just because I'm not so tied down to the mortgage payment. A mortgage payment is like 25 years. Rent is just a year lease. You could just go to another one, or it's not that big of a deal compared to a mortgage. And I don't really need that extra space, to be honest. I guess I say consider myself a minimalist. I don't really need that 2,000 square foot or acre house when I can't even maintain my bedroom. So, number four, as I stated earlier, just stabilizing my career, just finding jobs out there, jobs that would better pay. I live in the South, so the pay isn't that good, guys. Minimum wage is literally minimum wage. Federal minimum wage, 7.25. That's so horrible in these living conditions. And I want to move up more north just for better job opportunities. Uh, and it really isn't that big, at least for my career that I'm in. There's not a lot of stuff going on. It's always the same. It's always the same jobs just posted up. I want to explore something new. I want to have experience in more things. Maybe that's just a part of me being young and just wanting to adventure. But at least for me, stabilizing my career is a big thing. And if I blow up on this channel somehow. I'm sure I still have a passion for my career. I don't really view my career as just a job. I take passion to my work. And yeah. So next one is just, well, for me, I just think it's too big of a step to just move from my parents' house. Just owning a house, that's a big step. And maybe it's an unnecessary step to just maybe it's an unnecessary step to just go and move out and rent. I don't know that yet. I haven't moved out yet. But I just think it's too much of a big step. I don't have that financial stability yet. And I know it's kind of ironic because it's channel, but I just don't think I have enough, or I don't make enough income to afford a house. Maybe I could afford the payment, but if something bad happens, like just say the all my wires like chewed up by rats or something, or just all my roof shingles just get destroyed by a really bad thunderstorm. I know I could pay for insurance and stuff like that, but still, it might cost me a lot of money. Stuff like that isn't cheap. Maintaining your house is not cheap, guys. I know a lot of people just say, like, oh, just buy this well, you'll be fine, but a lot of people do not talk about the maintenance. And, if you live in a bad area like I do, the weather is unpredictable. One day it could be sunny, the next rainy. Maybe even in minutes. I've seen it like hailing down just to sunny. I mean, hailing down again. I don't know if it's just my state, but it makes no sense. If you live in the South, maybe you know, maybe you don't. And I just think it's too much of a big step, especially just furnishing the place. That's so much funny. But uh, next point is just, so when when people buy houses, they think that, or I don't think, they definitely know that they're building equity. And for me, since I'm moving in with roommates, I obviously split the rent payment, so I don't pay as much as, let's just say, one person compared to four people. So I'd rather spend my money on other investments, such as stocks, ETFs, and mutual funds, or just investing in like my retirement account, or just saving up. And that's a bit, I guess you could say that's a bit controversial, but I like spending my money in other things. I don't really have a desire to own a house in the first place, anyways. So that's one of the biggest reasons. Just investing. It doesn't even have to be money related. It could just be like other things, like, oh, I want to invest maybe like in a car to grow my channel. And I'm not a car channel, but you never know. Um, Money on investments. That also means my camera gear, YouTube channel. Uh, my job requires me to buy tools, so, or just certain things, and I can't afford a house payment. It's just that, because I mean, I'm 20 years old, guys. I know there's 20-year-olds that make like 50,000 a month, but at least for me, I'm your average 9 to 5 worker, $17 an hour. I can't afford a house payment yet. Maybe I can with my girlfriend, but we're just not there yet. And we're gonna work our way there, but for now, I think renting's the best thing to do. So I know a lot of you guys are probably just getting bored watching this video, but last point, last but not least, the main reason why I just wanted to move out is just feeling stuck if I stay with my parents. And I know a lot of people preach like, oh, if your parents let you stay in your house forever, just take up on that opportunity and just save and save and save until you're ready. And granted, I did save and I feel ready, but at least for me, I feel like I wasn't able to. I'm not gonna be able to grow if I just stick with my parents forever, or stick with my parents until like I'm 25. I feel like in order to grow, I need to move out and explore some things. It could just be like lifestyle, just learning how to do this or that, or just basic life adult stuff. But I feel like I'm stuck if I just stay in the same place forever and ever. But that's just my thoughts on it. I know a lot of people like staying in their parents' house, and maybe they're leeches, but we don't talk about them. Anyways, this video is getting off topic. I hope you guys have a good day. I personally chose to rent instead of buying a house. I mean, my credit score has no history, anyways, because I'm so young. But anyways, have a good day, guys.